Hey guys, welcome back to Disrespect Disc Golf. Today, I'm in Tallahassee, Florida, and you guessed it, none other than Tom Brown Park. Gonna be doing a course review here today. This is one of the best courses in all of Florida. Very excited to put this one on the channel. Let's get into it. All right, so yeah, Tom Brown Park. This one is 4.7 on UDisc. Last year it was #1 in the state of Florida. This year it's #2 in the state of Florida. I'm guessing maybe Olympus down in Brooksville, Florida is #1 now, but I'm not totally sure. But either way, you know, top 2 course in Florida over the past 2 years. I think you can do like 24 holes here, but I'm gonna do an 18-hole layout from the longs. One of my subscribers recently said that they got 5 over. So I'm gonna try and beat 5 over today, just as a goal. And I'll give you guys my full thoughts on this course, from the tee signs to the tee pads, the baskets, the hole designs, level of difficulty, and just overall, just how the course flows, all the goods, bads, and uglies of the course. If you want to see my course review and my personal UDisc rating, that'll be at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Yeah, like I said, as you can see, #1 Florida last year. This year it's #2, but number 92 in the world as of last year, so it's probably going to be top 100 again this year. So 4 over is the goal here today. 1 channel mulligan is all I get, and 2 shots off the first. So here we go. All right, so they've got red pads and blue pads. The blue is the longer one here today. This first hole here, you've got a Mando on the tree up there, and the basket is just way down below there. It's really good for either a putter or mid-range backhand, or you can also go forehand down there. Kind of slopes down, and then there's OB right, OB left, and OB deep. Very cool hole. Nice par 3 to start out. This one's either 325 or 355. I'm gonna go mid-range here and see what this plays before I go to my second shot. Come out, come out. Should be really good. I might try a forehand. Yeah, very tough to get that all the way down, but first one was pretty good. All right, who needs 2 shots off the first when your first one's really good in the circle here? We'll go channel mulligan. Using it early. But, I mean, as long as it pays off, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter when you use it. Hole 1, hole 18, we'll count it. Save me a stroke. All right, we recently had some rain, and so all the ground is wet right now, and the wind is kind of making it rain again off the drops from the leaves. Anywho, hole 2 now, par 3, 335. Pretty much just dead straight, you know. Just a lot of trees in the fairway, a little bit of a low ceiling, and preferably fairway driver to get it all the way up there. The grass is kind of long, it looks like, so it can grab you. Not the easiest par 3, so taking a par is not the worst. I'm gonna actually see if I can get a mid-range there. Same disc I threw on hole 1. See if I can just pump it. It's too low. All right, tough little up and down here. I'm gonna go on this right side and do a little flex forehand. Not a good decision. Unfortunate tree kick. Come on, baby. Come on. I just told myself, give it height. That's an awesome par save. Stay under par there. That was like 50 feet, by the way. All right, looks like we are not playing the long tee. They must have rained like crazy right before I got here. I mean, that is a couple inches underwater. So we're going to the short tee just up there. All right, well, this one's only going to be 195 A position from the short here. Yeah, this is, I would call it a must birdie just because of the distance. Still very tricky. If you hit some of those trees early on, you could definitely have a tough birdie putt. So most tee pads kind of start wide and then they kind of pinch to a point as you get to the throwing area. Tom Brown is different. It starts at a point and then gets wider here. So I love that the edge of the tee pad here is from here to here, which is about twice the width of the back of the tee pad. So it just kind of gets wider and just gives you more options, especially if you're in the woods and stuff like that. I mean, this is a lot different shot than this right here if you have trees in front of you and things like that. So I love these tees. Very, very cool. Thumbs up for me. Trash Panda Canyon. Get up there. Okay, nope. Didn't even hit the gap. But that's totally fine because we still got a birdie putt, albeit uphill, but very makeable, as you saw what I just did on hole 2's putt. All right, there's a 10-meter mark right there, so I am circle 2, probably close to 40 feet, maybe 45. Oh, not enough height this time. Player 2, he strikes. I feel like a par here is fair just because I played the short tee, so don't want to steal birdie and cheat just because there's water on the pad, you know? All right, hole 4, very short, but very, very hard. This one is gonna play as probably, I think it's the par 4, 325. Yeah, you just wanna get through this gap and then just directly dogleg left to start out with. Yeah, this is one of the harder tee shots just because it's just so short off the tee. You want to do probably like a zone or some sort of like overstable putter approach type disc just to hit this gap and move left, and you can't hit any trees, otherwise you can easily take a double on this hole. I'm gonna go Trash Panda Canyon again. Oh, that is perfect. Nope, just like a couple feet long before it faded, but hit the main gap, birdie's still in play. You know, sometimes in disc golf you do what you want to do and it's still not great. All right, I just found out it's in the par 3 position. Never actually played this one before. Still got a good amount of work to do to save par. It's only 280 feet for the entire hole, and I've probably got maybe half of that left for this approach here. All right, to try and find the basket from your vantage point. Hard to. It's just slightly off, just barely off to the right from one tree. Very tricky here. Might go zone. That will play for sure. All right, there we are. The thing about this hole is there is a drop off right behind this basket. So if I miss this putt, it's gonna go splash in this big puddle down here, and I'm probably not gonna make the comebacker. So this is a must make from the bushes right here. Putter's been hot so far to start out here. Let's go. Come on. All right, guys, hole 5 here. This one's gonna be a long par 3, plays as 360. It's in the B position, so up and to the left. As you can see, it's just park style golf for the fairway. You've got some big trees, a lot of limbs that are gonna wanna grab you. Basket is way up there. If you see like those big oak trees, it's kind of in the middle of those. So you gotta navigate through here and fade way left. You gotta keep it low though, because like I said, I mean, these limbs are just everywhere. There's no height, it's just blocked off all the way. This gap is viable for a forehand, and it's cleaner, but also kind of tight. So dealer's choice, which side you want to go on. Either way though, 360 feet will probably be a par. I'm gonna go with this Metal Flake Rapture here. It's kind of like a beat up Destroyer. I'll just try for the right side and see if I can get a skip. Hard to get all the way there just because I have to go so far left at the end. So it plays more like 380 this way. It didn't even give me a skip at all. I was counting on that to give me a big skip, and it just got eaten. Tough up and down, honestly. Here we are. Basket is up there. Or just air it there. That's fine, I can make that. All right, it was gonna be parked without that tree, but I'm still 10, 12 feet right here. Another par, you know. Not sponsored by Par On for no reason. Par On, we'll get the goal. All right, we move on to hole 6 now. This one is a beast. Going into the woods, very short, 220 par 3, but you can see Mando right, and the basket is just such a severe dog leg to the left. So we're going through this gap, and that tree right there that's kind of leaning to the right in the middle of your screen. You can play either left or right side of that, but you just gotta kind of push, but just get so far left. Very tricky, technical shot. We're gonna go slow off the tee for this one, mid-range, and this will move left a lot, so let's see if we can execute. Oh, that's just what I wanted. Could be deep, but the hill kind of does like filter and push left, so we'll see. All right, this is one I need to get because there's a lot of holes coming up I can bogey. So this would be an insurance bird. Also, I love the design of this hole. It's very fun to play. That was one of the rudest spit outs I've ever seen. That was in the basket for like 2 seconds. We'll take a par. Par on once again. Such an unfortunate spit out there. It was definitely right side and low. I thought it was gonna catch, like it from my vantage point. You guys should have seen that from my angle. It was like so in, and then it just like fell out somehow. Like that's one I needed to have, but that's okay. All pars and one bird so far. Hole 7 here. We're going way up this hill. This one is 270 feet, par 3, way up there. Plays more like 300, maybe 310. And it's also very tight. Short tee is right there. You gotta climb, climb, climb. Basket is up there. So yeah, obviously you gotta hit this gap right here. It's way tighter in person. Like that's what it's like from my vantage point. Gotta hit this little guy here. Put them on a hyzer, and hopefully you'll get lucky and the roots won't stop you. You don't have anything to smile about? Smile about a birdie putt. Get up there, go. That's shopping, that's shopping. Edge of circle, maybe. All right, for reference, camera's gonna go right there on this road. And we got a car coming. But yeah, we're gonna run it. All right, you know, last hole stung, but short memory, short memory. Let's get it back right here. That almost cut through. Thank goodness it didn't. 2 under, let's go. All right guys, hole 8, par 4. It's either gonna be 450 or 580. We'll see when we get up there. This one, that tee does not show you anything that the hole actually is. Check this out. We're going so far downhill, tight gap off this tee, and then you just see this magical tunnel in the distance. And I think I see the white band through those trees up there too. But that is just pure bliss. Like this is a movie. It's just like a perfect tunnel in the middle of the screen. So cool. If you don't get down there, yeah, good luck. It does play way downhill. So throw something on hyzer, maybe let it flip. You can go slow or fast here. Thrower's choice. All right, this somehow pushed really far and landed in a really good spot still. A little bit off the fairway, but there's a basket right through there. I think backhand could work here. I'll try it. Just gotta miss this first tree right in front of me here. Oh, come on. Guys, I think I just parked that hyzer flip with my putter. I don't know if you guys could see that, but that was nasty. Not quite parked, but I put it on hyzer and it flipped up, gave me some carry. Dodged a lot of these trees. There's a little stake right there in the mulch pile. That's where the basket usually is. That's why I said I parked it. Basket's a little bit deeper, but we're in the circle. This would be a crazy scramble birdie. All right, question is, do I straddle out this way or this way? I feel like this way is better for you guys to see. I guess both ways are kind of neutral. Not meant to be. That's sad. I should have had another birdie there. I should be 4 under right now. But 2 under, we'll take it. It's great. All right, now we go up this super sick staircase here to hole 9. 2 under through 8 right now. Like I said, I should be 4 under through 8. That would be an amazing pace, getting half the holes. Not meant to be, that's all right. Putting's just been just a tad off. I mean, it's felt great, but sometimes you're off just by an inch, you know? All right, hole 9, par 4, 505 feet. This stuff has grown in a lot. Usually it's not this tall down here in the rough. This is all kind of like a creek that's overgrown. So you gotta clear the water, get up there, and it goes way uphill, and you can see the basket, middle of your screen. So ideally off the tee, hyzer flip here, come right, and land up there, give yourself an uphill approach shot. Turn a little bit. Dang, hit that tree and kicked me left. Scrambling. Yeah, we're actually gonna play off the fairway for this one. We're right there. Basket is just through there. There's kind of a gap right here. I could kind of do an Anheuser pitch through. I could also just do a forehand up to there, pitch through the woods, and then take a par. This is crazy. All right, we'll see where that ends up. All right, there I am. This is my look for birdie here. Crazy. I'll do a catch cam. You guys have a good one. I am left in this thick stuff for birdie here. This would be a crazy make. I got a bunch of vines and bushes in the way. Gotta go kind of an Anheuser to get it there. And that's fine. There's just no height. Not the hardest to get pars. It's one nice thing about this course, even from the longs. You play for par, no worries. All right, that's crazy. I remember this one being hole 10 in the past, par 5, down the hill and then back up at the top. I guess it's not anymore though. So I don't know what's up with that, but UDisc is telling me to go up here, which I thought was usually later on the back 9, but maybe the layout changed. No clue. All right, time for the back 9 here at Tom Brown. Loving this course so far. I've played a lot before, but first time with this camera filming it. It's gonna be a par 4, A position, 630. It is a closer one. You can actually see it up on the right there. So first shot, anything that just kind of gets to this low ceiling, push that gap and fade left. The more left you go, the more open it's gonna be for the approach shot. Right into the tree. All right, for this shot here, really just trying to bomb something now. Need to bite off a lot here. Birdie's kind of out of play, so just try and save par. Out of play, good distance. Up on that hill. Forehand through the gap from there. All right, I can either go backhand or forehand on this approach shot. Very tricky still. I think I might just go forehand zone. Just try and slide it down there. Yeah, that's so good. Textbook, 5 feet. Gotta be honest, guys, scramble game is feeling good right now. Very good. It's another par. Am I bogey free on the day? I think I might be, which is pretty dang awesome. Sometimes on this course you will have walking trails like this to get from one hole to the next. So I don't always just try to cut to the next hole. I'll try to show you guys every little thing about this course and all the courses I review. Hole 11 now, this one is gonna be a par 3, 315. Little forehand down there through the gap. This one's fun. You can get some rollaways. Not the easiest gap to hit. Just hit the middle there and fade pretty hard to the right. Just a little smooth, 3 hundo. Let it fade right. Might be early, we'll see. I like the shape, and the hill would just kind of filter everything down towards the basket. Hopefully I'm in C1. If you guys are wanting to play Tom Brown from the longs, it is very hard, very challenging, but also very fun. I love when courses are both challenging and fun at the same time, because if you have a course that's just challenging but it's not fun, you can do well and have like a decent time, but if you play bad and it's challenging, then it's just not going to be any fun. But I think here at Tom Brown, no matter if you play good or bad, you're still going to have a great time out here. It's so pretty. You've got a lot of holes like this in the woods. Mosquitoes aren't really bad right now, which is great. Yeah, this course offers a lot of variety as far as shot shapes and styles of holes, forehand and backhand, short holes, long holes. Yeah, it's got pretty much everything you want. It's very, very well rounded. All right, unfortunately left this guy short here. We've got probably 70 or 80 feet still. I'm gonna try to run it with this kind of a Annie putt. Oh my gosh. Out of my hand, I thought I fluffed it and like barely putted it. I almost drained that for bird. So it turns out even without a lot of juice off the tee, I still could almost got the bird. But yeah, I needed to push it a little bit harder and faster through that gap off the tee. Fun hole. It shapes very well for the forehand. Backhand turnover is very hard to get here with this shape. So again, lefties and forehands, you got every shot shape out here you need. We're looking at hole 12. Yeah, I think they need to trim these guys. That's kind of disappointing, but all good. It's a par 4, 560. Yeah, very low ceiling and very high floor. Goes way up there, and the basket should be kind of just in the open down there, kind of where the flat ground meets the slope of the hill. So if I get off the tee clean, birdie's in play. It's like head height. That's crazy. Yep. All right, guys, this is awful. Basket is miles up there still. All right, that's in position to possibly save par. All right, I've got this wet, sandy ground here. So much flooding that's been dried up. That's what I gotta run up on. There's a basket. Probably take my first bogey here. Soft, shaky footing. It'll be a bogey. I'll surrender that. This is not even a run up, oh my gosh. Oh boy. On the basket? That's a great up. Save the bogey, I think. All right, really close here, actually. I just ran 100 yards with 2 tripods in my backpack. That's a workout. All right, hole 13, par 3, 330. Things do not necessarily get easier on this hole. Par 3, you've got a high floor, goes uphill here, and then the basket is under that giant tree at the end there. So yeah, you got to kind of hyzer flip something and then try and fade underneath that tree in order to get a birdie chance. Very, very tough hole, very tough bird. I'm gonna go with my arc here. I'm okay with par on this one too, but kind of want to get a birdie after that bogey I just took. Oh, I'm loving that. Just stay in the air. Probably hit the trunk of the tree, but we'll have a putt, I think. All right, let's find out together where this went. Oh, I see it left of the tree. I don't think I hit it. I think I just faded before. So we got circle 2 putt. It's pretty good. Hard to get skips on this grass, so we'll take it. It's gonna be 60 feet or so, maybe 55. This green is awesome though, with this giant oak tree. Fun hole. I hit that gap pretty well off the tee as well. Long birdie putt. Just left. Oof, comebacker. And that's gonna be a birdogey. All right, hole 14, another par 3, 3 to 25. This one would like the birdie. 2 bogeys in a row. The last one should not have been a bogey. It's uncalled for. This one's fun. You can go big forehand. I'm gonna probably just try hyzer flip up the gut there. turn a little bit. Dang it. It's a long putt out to the left. Maybe 50 feet, it's makeable. Decent drive, not quite pin high, but we gotta look from circle 2 here. Yeah, the goal is now get under par for the round. If I get a birdie here, I should be able to par out and do that. Short left again. Dang. I couldn't remember which one was the first one, so they're both in now. I forgot to say this way earlier in the video, but if you're a local here in Tallahassee, let me know. I think this is my first video in Tallahassee with my new camera, so it's good to be in the city. My brother went to college here, Florida State Seminoles. This is a big Seminole city. And yeah, Tallahassee, you know, some disc golf in Tallahassee. But yeah, let me know if you're local. Shout out in the comments. All right, looking at hole 15 now. This one's a par 3 as well. A position, 345. This one's slightly downhill, and then again, we've got low ceiling for most of this hole, and the basket is just up there on the left side. I think kind of down there is that dirt patch, so if you hit that on hyzer, you should get a skip. Very reachable. We have a tailwind right now as well. You could also go big over the road. I don't think there's a Mando that I know of, but most players are traditionally just going up this gap, hyzer flip, and trying to get a fade. I'm gonna go back to the Enoch here, a little hyzer flip, let the tailwind glide it down there. Stand up and give me a fade, give me a fade. Let's go. What a shot. All right, really good spot. Only like 10 feet past the basket here. That was a perfect shot. Hyzer flip, fairway driver with that tailwind. And we're eating. Under par again, 1 under. 4 over. I'm sorry, subscriber, you know who you are, but I'm gonna beat you today unless I absolutely have a massive meltdown, but that ain't happening. I gotta say also, if you guys are watching this video and you've never played Tom Brown and you're like, man, I've always heard about that course, you know, Tallahassee Open, I just have never gotten out there. I'm telling you what, it's very worth it. It's such a fun course. Usually it's decently busy. Even now, like, there's a decent amount of people out here, and it's been like after some rain and stuff. So, you know, the course does get some good traffic on it, but it's number 2 in the state of Florida. So, if you guys are coming from a different state, or heck, if you're from South Florida and you're traveling up, even if it's like Jacksonville area, like I'm from Jacksonville and I just drove, you know, 3 hours to get here. So this course is awesome. Definitely worth it. It's not like one of the best courses in the world, but you know, 4.7 on UDisc. A lot of people like this course for a good reason. All right, guys, we're on the home stretch, hole 16. This is a par 3 again, 345. Yeah, low ceiling, tough gap. Mando left. Got to hit this tunnel. Hyzer flip it up and then fade at the end. It's kind of on the left edge of the woods there. So very tough gap off the tee. It's very demanding. You would like to just go hyzer, but Mando said, nope, you got to go through here. I'm leaning on this disc a lot today, but I think it's the one for this hole as well. The only thing I'm worried about is just that little vine branch, just that bright greenery just sticking out. It's like right in my hyzer flip line. So we'll see if I can dodge that. Well, I mean, it slid for a while. That's a circle 2 putt. I was kind of forced to throw it low just because that thing blocked my line. I mean, it's, I know that's a sad excuse, but I'm telling you, it's, for my game, that's just right in the way, you know? Fun fact, I just threw like 5 extra drives after my tee shot, and like all of them hit the tree. Only one made it kind of through the gap, so glad my first one was good, because that gap is tough. A birdie here would be a mega steal of a bird. Right now, comment yes or no, am I gonna make this? Why aren't you diving? Come on, man. Get some interaction on the comments for me. You said no? Ooh. Bad time to say that. It didn't make it. Work. All right, another par. Fun hole. I mean, like I said, challenging, but you have so much fun, like hitting these lines and stuff. Like, it's very, very rewarding when you do hit your gap. Sorry, my head's probably out of frame. It's really rewarding when you do hit your gap. Look at all the rain that's taking place here. It's just eating away at this earth below the tee pad. All right, hole 17, either 335 or 385. Very, very hard, demanding tunnel shot. Just push something, let it hydro flip a little bit, and hopefully just give it some height and let it penetrate. I think I'm gonna go with this Metal Flake Rapture here. Yes, oh, that's so good. Okay, if that's the 335 position, we should be in circle one. Ended up in a decent spot. Unfortunately, it faded a little bit sooner than I wanted. It's gonna be right behind that little metal grate there. Hopefully I'll have a look at it. All right, shout out Goliath, Team Goliath. Shout out nature and man-made stuff coming together. What on earth? That is gnarly. This thing is just part of these two trees now, wedged in there. And yeah, this is my look here for birdie. See if I can make it. That is just insane. On the stripe, baby. 2 under. One more hole to go, guys. Please leave a like on the video if you have enjoyed it thus far. I'm just trying to have fun and get this course on a nice camera so you guys can see it. Whether you've played this one a million times or, like I said, whether you've, you know, never played this course. This is for everybody to see what it's like. It's in a beautiful park, and it's just such a fun track to play. Open holes, wooded. It has all the diversity you ever could want or need at a disc golf course. And I'm playing the longs today, so if this seems like you could never reach these holes, it's just too much for your arm, play the shorts. And there's also like some junior / novice tees. So for the kids, even some senior citizens, if you guys want to play like very short tees, they've got options for pretty much any player out here. All right, finishing the video off here, hole 18. This one could be the hardest hole on the course. Par 4, 805. We got an elevated basket way at the end. Off the tee here, it's hard to get a lot of progress. You can see the short tee there. You want to just try and push that ceiling as high as you can. Anything up by that pine tree, the lighter one in the middle of the screen, that is pretty dang good. Pros are definitely going way past that, but it's hard to get a lot of distance. And there's just not that many gaps available left or right, so you're kind of forced to go down that. Giant forehand would be good. Doesn't really matter if you get right or left. Second shot's also going to be a pretty far carry into the green. All right, I'm going to get risky and try to go roller here. That low ceiling is just so hard to get past. Off to the right. Went way right. That's fine, you know? I'm totally cool with that spot. All right, from here, I'm probably, I don't know, 450 to 480 out. You can kind of see the basket up there. It's elevated, middle of your screen. I'm trying to maybe go big hyzer out to the right. See if I can beat that one big tree, but that's a far carry. That's the shape I wanted. I'm under the tree. Wow, I thought it was like way past it. 800 foot par 4. Par 4 are really hard to do well at. All right, nothing like an approach shot with a 13-speed Halo Boss. I could go like zone or something like that, but I think I'll get better ground play with this. Awesome, rolled up and touched the wood. That's perfect. Let me know in the comments if you agree with this. I think that out of all the finishing holes in Florida, Olympus has the best finishing hole, but Tallahassee, Tom Brown, has the best finishing basket. That is a par 2 under from the Blues long pads here at Tom Brown. Let's hop into the outro and I'll give you my full review. Whew. what a fun track. 18 holes at Tom Brown done. It's about 2.5 hours or something like that, I think. So very long with filming, of course. But yeah, this is rated 4.7 on UDisc. And honestly, I think that's got to be what I give it, 4.7. I would rate it higher if it was like something where it's got better views, maybe some cool water shots, cliffs and stuff like that. But I mean, it's Florida, it's flat. I think you only kind of get up from 4.7 into the 4.8, 4.9, 5.0 when you have like those just insane views, like mountain type courses and things like that. But for a park style course in Florida, this is as good as it gets. So 4.7, like that is the cream of the crop. It's, you know, it's not completely flat. You've got some elevation here and there on this course, so that's fun. Like I said, they've got, I think every hole has at least 2 pads. I think there's like novice on some of them, and I even saw like some of them, the MPO will use the blue pad, some of them the MPO has its own pad. So some holes out here, there's 4 different pads. Only 1 basket per hole, so I know some courses do like 2 baskets per hole, but I think out here 1 basket per hole is totally fine. They're great baskets. They're white, very, very easy to see, no matter if you're in the open far away or if you're in the woods. I love these white baskets, Dynamic Disc. They spat me out once or twice a day. But they catch pretty well. They're good baskets. Really no complaints. I mean, this is such a fun course. I can't recommend it enough. If you guys are anywhere, Alabama, Mississippi, South Florida, like seriously, make the trip out. Come here for a weekend, play this course. You've also got Jack McLean, very close. There's one other course here that's also really good in Tallahassee. But this one is the cream of the crop, Tom Brown. Very, very fun. Yeah, overall, I mean, 4.7, I'm going to put it right where UDisc is. I feel like that's very fair for the second best course in the state of Florida. And it deserves a lot of recognition and attention. The Tallahassee Open's been going on for years and years here. They do a great job running it. Shout out to Matty O, who wins here a lot. Let me know what you think about the course, whether you've just seen this for the first time on video or whether you play out here on a regular basis. Let me know what you think about it, and if it could be improved in any way. Who knows? There's also like 6 holes I didn't even play because I did the 18-hole layout. So there's more holes out here where you can have more fun. You can play with some buddies, be out here for 4 or 5 hours, and have it be as long as a round of ball golf, you know? That's going to do it for the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Also, check out my playlist below. I do all sorts of course reviews: Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama. Obviously, Florida is the most common on those course reviews, but check that out. And if there's a course that you play that I haven't reviewed yet, put in the comments, and I will get your way soon enough and review your home course. Until next time, guys, peace out.